Okay, so welcome back. A couple other things I want to talk about before I go into the next example is that a lot of these functions that we're going to describe, we're going to use these on acute angles. So angles that are between 0 and 90 degrees. But realize that these functions can be defined for any angle, okay? As we're going to see later on. But also keep in mind that the radial vector, this is the radius vector, is normally positive. We assume that it's greater than 0, right? If it's 0, then we don't have any sides to deal with it. We don't have a triangle. So we always assume the radius vector is positive and that the angle theta for right now is going to be anywhere from 0 to between 0 and 90 degrees, okay? Because if it's 0, then we can't have 0 in the denominator, right? So, and if it's 90 degrees, we can't have 0 in the denominator here. So here and here and here and here, we can't have 0 in the denominator. So at 90 and 0, these are undefined, okay? But we're going to talk about those later as far as how do we determine what those angles are, okay? But just wanted to give you that information before we go on to the next example. The other thing too is a lot of the stuff that we learned on the definition of equations, right? So that's going to be used. Also, one of the other things that we're going to use in solving these or using with trigonometric functions is the Pythagorean theorem, where we're going to use the fact that a squared plus b squared equals c squared when we're dealing with right triangles, since all of these functions are defined by using a right triangle, okay? And so we're going to be using the Pythagorean theorem as well to evaluate these functions, okay? And that's it. So next we'll do an example and we'll go forward.